Hi guys, welcome back. How's everybody doing today? So I'm just going to put a little bit of gloves on. I just took off my nails. They actually are doing pretty good. I bit myself. The drill got away from me, which is crazy because I'm right-handed and this hand actually looks perfectly fine. It's crazy that I cut myself on that hand, but these nails were pretty damaged and just literally couple weeks of just leaving them alone and they're good. So I just put on quite a bit of cuticle oil on my nail, so I'm just going to actually put gloves on so I can just let them just literally soak in all that moisture while I show you what we have in store today. So this brand, Azurebeauty, just want to make sure that I'm saying that correctly, reached out to me and was like, hey, do you want to try a few things, ratés? So they sent me a dip powder kit. Now, if you're new here, hi, I'm Crystal. I have never tried dip powder. I've never used it. Yeah, so I'm excited to kind of see what it is all about. I am just going to go ahead and swatch these today for you guys and see the colors. I will do it on my nails in a different video, maybe a little bit in the future, but I just took off some nails and I really want to give my nails just a day to kind of soak up that cuticle oil. So let's see. This kit is a 20-piece kit. These are 10-gram pots, I'm believing. Okay. So here is all the instructions, which we are going to need because, like I said, I've never done this before. Now, I do know a little bit about dip. Dip is basically just acrylic, and it gets the name dip is because that's what you do. You just dip your finger in it and you can build up a nail. Sorry for that, guys. I feel like the screen was just a smidge blurry. Wasn't a fan. Okay, so yes, the dip is just basically what you do. You dip your nail into the little pots, or you can sprinkle them. I know they have dip little things. I do have one kind of on hand. Sorry, it took me a second. So these also you can use for your dip. I think you could sprinkle it on and then you could reuse it like that, which I think would work good for longer nails because you're not going to be able to stick your finger in that, right? It's too short. So that's also what that could be used for. So let's see what we all have. They gave us a little file. Now we have base, activator, our top coat, and then it's called a brush saver. So the brush saver is to clean your brush. If your brush, you notice it's getting a little, and in between colors, right? You don't want the color to go in and stain the brush or the powder. Great, we get a cuticle pusher. We all need that. This is always good to scrape off. It's always best to prep your nail prior to any application that you're doing to your nails. And they also give you a brush. From what I read, that is to brush off the excess before you go in with your base again to dip. We're gonna give it a go. We're gonna give it a go. So what do we have? Let's just start. Well, first things first, I'm just going to make my life easier and pull all these pots like this. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so prep your nail first. Base, dip, dry. Base again, dip, dry. Dry time is 30 seconds in between, air dry. So after you've gotten your after you've gotten the color that you are looking for, then you can go on with the activator. And then apply the activator, buff it, top coat again, and you're good to go. Alright, well, let's give her a go. So this is number 58. Let me just grab a little paper towel here. Now I got you guys kind of in a little close, but I want you to be able to see what we're doing. So I hope that's fine. 58, I've gone ahead and pre-swatched. Now I'm just going to give this a quick little buff. Now if this was a natural nail, we would go in first, push back your cuticle, scrape off any, if there's a little extra, you can use that end to scrape it off. Be careful, you're not going to cut yourself. After you do that, go in, buff your nail, take off all that dead cuticle. If you need it a little bit harder, then you could use this edge to take off the dead cuticle as well. But we got a swatch, so we're pretty clean there. Now I am going to go ahead and just grab a little bit of alcohol. And I am going to clean my nail. Swatch stick in our case, but we're going to pretend. Okay, I'm also going to grab my little... I love this guy. I use this all the time to hold polishes. It just works so well. It makes it easier, especially when you're going in quick for things. So, and all this is a soak off dish, guys, if you're curious to know what that is. But so I'm just going to go and open everything. Open our base. Activator would be the second one that we would use. Third would be our last, would be our top coat. And then if we need to clean our brush, we have that. Let's grab a pad. Lint-free pad to clean our brush off on. All right. Okay. First things first. Nice even layer. Now I'm pretty sure with dip, you don't have to be too quick, but you want to be pretty quick. It is all air dry. And then out. Tap off. Okay, so I feel already I probably should have allowed the gel, the base to self-level a little bit. So I would automatically say that's a little bit of a mess up already, but we'll give it its allotted 30 seconds. Now let's grab the next one because we're going to move on to the next one. Why we wait that 30 seconds. So this is 62. This looks like more of a gray type of tone. I find it so fascinating with like acrylic powders, and see, look, now it looks more pink there. The powder can look like this and come out so different to what it actually looks like when it's kind of all said and done. Okay, prep again. Now I'm going to give this one a few more seconds to allow this base to kind of self-level itself out. Hopefully avoiding those streaks. So just going to kind of tilt my jar a little. In and out. Tip off. That one looks a lot better. I don't know why it's so hard to see. Wants to be difficult focusing today. So what do you think? I think that was about 30 seconds. So we're just going to grab our brush. And I'm just dusting it off just like this. Make sure there's no loose powder. We're going to go in again with that base. I feel we definitely need a second coat on that. And you don't want to be too heavy-handed with the base, but you want to make sure you get full coverage. Wow. That did not, I don't know what happened, guys. I'm so sorry. My phone is having a hard time today. Okay. That looks much, much better. So we're going to go over there again. We're going to come back with our 62. And this is how you would be doing with your fingers, right? You dip, let that one do its thing, move on to the next. So we're going to go in with another base. Again, not too thick, but we want to make sure we're fully covered. Wherever you put this, the powder will stick to it. I'm just going to give it a few, like literally 3-4 seconds. I just want that gel to kind of settle or sorry, that base to settle. So I don't get the lines. Now I have a little bit here. I'm just going to press that a little. I have a glove on, so it's pretty safe for me. Okay, we're just going to... What are you not liking? That's what I want to know, camera. Why are you having such a hard time today? It's kind of frustrating. Okay, so we have 72. I'm just gonna put the lid back on these two. They will be fine. I'm just gonna give them their seconds. Ooh, look at that. That is so pretty. So we have a glitter. Oh, almost messed up. Let's buff our nail. Clean the nail. Okay. And all I'm doing is dipping in and bringing it back out. I'm not pushing it. I'm not doing anything like that. We're just going in and out. We're not going in and pushing up, pushing back. Don't do any of this motion, just in and out. Because you want it to be even. If I push it, what's going to happen is the base that I have on it will move, the powder will move it up, and then you'll get clumpies. We don't want clumpies. So you really want to just nicely smooth in and out, and try not to touch the bottom. Again, that's why we're trying to do it on an angle. This size of nail is ideal for this. Now, if you were going to go longer, again, I think that's where something like this would come in handy, because then you could just, kind of like how you were sugaring a nail. Do you know what I mean? Like you would just sprinkle it over top of it, make sure you're fully covered, and then you'd be good to go for that. So we're going to let that one sit. Trying not to mess up the camera again, guys. I do apologize. Technology, you can't, it's not predictable. Okay, so this is 58. This is the first one. I think we're good color. Now we're going to go get the activator. And the activator is basically just going to make it go hard. So it's really important. Nice even layer. My brush is clean. If it looked anything on it, I'd be putting it in the cleaner, but I'll show you how to do that after right now with this one. So okay, activator. Again, not too much, like you just want to evenly cover it. Okay, setting it on the side to dry. Now say my brush got the color on it or something like that, right? So we would just, this is our cleaner, just stick it in there, bring it out nice, good, put it back in our activator, put that one over there. So, and they do actually come with 2 extra brushes, because I would assume it's a possibility for your brush to probably maybe dry out over time. If you accidentally leave it out too long, product could get stuck to it. Yeah, you probably could soak it off in acetone, but I would assume that like this would not be acetone resistant, so that would melt, probably would melt it in all truth. So it's great that they do supply you with a couple extra ones. So that was very nice of them to think that far ahead. I love brands that just kind of go and just take everything into consideration. Okay, I'm just going to dust our base. This one, I think we're going to do 3 coats. Let's do 3. Let's just try it out. Might not need it, but I just want to see what it would be. Again, I'm just giving it a second or so. Just let the brush lines kind of fade into each other. Push in, push out. And then I'm just tapping off any of the extra. So you could see, that's a good one. I definitely messed that one up already. You can see right there and there. So what I'm going to do before it even dries, I'm just going to tap it. Now, I don't know, that may not be the right thing to do. I'm not an expert in dip, but I'm just going to tap that down a little bit just to make it less filing for me, because I will have to file that and give it a quick fix. So we're just going to set that on the side. Now with the activator, I'm pretty sure that was 60 seconds. So the activator does need 60 seconds. So we're going to give it just a few more seconds. Well, that is gorgeous. They have so many, like this one here is like, no, not that one. Look at this one. This one has like some big chunky glitters. Why don't you want to focus today? No, it's really pretty. Okay, I think that's been about 30. I just wipe. Okay, definitely want to clean my brush now, but there we go. So I just put my brush in the cleaning system. I don't want to wait too long on this nail. Oh, I touched the bottom, I felt it. Well, we still got pretty good coverage. Okay, so I'm just going to set that to the side. Brush is nice and clean. Put it back in the dip. Put that back on there. Put the lid on 73. So these clearly just come in their whatever numbers they are. This kit is made up of different numbers. They're not 58 and down, because it goes 58 and then 62. So let's look here, see if we need any buffing. Now I find with dip, the little experience I have with it, especially if you're only doing 2 coats, you want to be very lightly handed when you are filing any of the product off, because it will just take it right off. Fuzzy, stay home. Okay, I like it. We're just going to go in and give it a top coat. There's some really pretty colors, and I must say, like, as a beginner for dip, it's quite easy once you get the technique down. Like I said, I think the most important thing is to remember, kind of take your time with when you put your finger into the dip powders. You don't want to just go kind of so hard that you could like hit it off the walls or anything like that, or push it down to touch it, because it will make a little, I don't know, like ledge right there. It'll pile up. Okay. You've probably seen the 3 fuzzies there, little buggers. Okay, now it is activating time. I'm going to, I don't know if this is the best way or not, I just want to take a little bit of this off. Now, you notice, we'll see how that's actually bringing up the product, because I haven't put the activator on yet, but I kind of wanted it to do that because I have a pretty big little lip there. And because it was a built-up product, it didn't take it down far enough for me to notice it. Like I shouldn't, hopefully I shouldn't notice it, I guess I should say. I don't know yet. Yep, that's fine. Let's put a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to let that, give that 60 seconds. We're going to clean our brush. There we go, there we go. Now when that one's doing its thing for its 60, and these other ones need a little bit for the top coats to dry. They're just sitting on the side over here. I thought we would go through some of the other colors. So this one here is, we just did 72. That's not that one. So this one here is a nice light type of like, looks a little gray, but this one is a nice, this is 71. So this is a nice like nudie cream color, really pretty. So I like that one. Okay. And then this one here, it's almost like a nice purpley pink. It's a beautiful shade. So this one is really, really pretty as well. Again, they're very easy to work with, I find. And like I said, this is coming from somebody, it's the first time I've ever used dip. So I've never used dip prior to this. Obviously when I swatched these, I did it, but I'm saying this is my first kit I've used. So this one is a nice gray. I really like that one, and I did exactly the same technique I'm showing you here. That one is really nice as well. Like I love these tones of gray tones. So, honestly, I think I just love every color. Like I don't know if I like any colors more. It depends on my day. This one has a little bit, this is 69, sorry. So this one is, again, like a taupey type of, like, I don't know, I think it's more of a light gray, nudie brown. I don't know, guys. I'm terrible at the colors. I would say it's a light gray, but like a smidge of it, like a cream brown. It has almost more of a brown finish than a gray finish. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Kind of, sort of. 165. This one has a beautiful shimmer with the fuzzy. So this one is really pretty. I love that one. This just on its own is such a nice, beautiful, subtle. You can tell that the wipe that I used is not lint free because I have lint everywhere now. I'm so grateful that this is not gel because OMG, we would be crying. 1 to 73. Now this says transparent. I don't know. I think it's clear. Don't get me wrong. I guess it's best over my glove. It's definitely clear, but I did find it did leave a little something. Like you kind of can see the particles in it. It looks a little like airy, like bubbly. You know what I mean? So it's not transparent, it's not see-through, but I think if you put this over a color, you wouldn't notice that, right? But on its own, to be honest, you do notice it, right? It's not, and again, it could be the way my application is, guys. I am new, but I just don't find it to be the clearest clear, but it's still pretty clear. Here to give my honest. 196. This is a beautiful brown. I really like that brown. It has a little bit of a purple hue. Really, really pretty. Okay, and this is 237. This one is just like a nice light. It's a clear, basically, like a clear, but it has some glitters in it. Some beautiful glitter, so that's really, really nice too. Again, you could go over a color with that and that would look absolutely stunning, or just wear it on its own. Okay, we're just going to take a 2-second break here. We're going to go in and check this bad boy, give her a little buff. We kind of fixed our air prior to sealing it, and the reason I did that would be less file for me now because I was okay taking a little extra of the product off. But how is this one coming out? I think I needed a little, I do need more practice. I'm not saying I don't need more practice. I'm not anything like that, but I think for definitely this particular one, maybe I just needed to go another, I might have need one more dip. Do you see how we're just a little off on the color there? Again, it could have been because I messed this one up, or maybe it just needed a 3, or no, we did 3 dip, maybe a 4 dip. Maybe it would have been fine at the 2 dips. So I am just going to top coat it And that might change it. Well, that does change a lot of it as well, actually. I can still see it where there is, I feel like right in here, I could have picked up more product. Do you know what I mean? But again, for our first try, we're not bad. But definitely right in this area is where I just needed to get a little extra product. So, but we're just gonna let that air dry now. And let's just go over the two we just did, the 58 and 62. Again, so this is 58, a nice beautiful soft pink. My camera does not like these pinks today for whatever reason. It's having such trouble focusing. So that one is 58. This one is 62. That's a beautiful pink as well. And again, this is just 2 dips, dip in and dip out, and you get really good coverage. And I did read that, no, I can't say for sure myself because I haven't done this yet. I haven't worn them yet. But I hear the dips are actually, can last a little bit longer than your just standard gel manicure. So they are a little bit extra to take off. You do have to directly soak them off. But, so this is 238 if you are looking for a long lasting material. Then a dip could be maybe a solution for you. So that's a beautiful like cream. And it is, I was trying to, now I feel like I need my nails. It is a lot harder. Like, do you hear that? Well, let me just grab a regular swatch. You definitely can feel the hardness. Like, you have to remember, dip is acrylic. So you will get that same coverage and durability that acrylic gives you. 239. I did that completely wrong. Okay. So it's, like I said, it's an option. I haven't explored it too much. I'm pretty new with nails in general, but dips I just really haven't. I am more of a gel user. I don't really mess with acrylic, but because you don't need monomer, and that's the big reason I do not use acrylic, is the monomer smell. I just can't. So this could be another solution if you still wanted to use acrylics. And I'm pretty sure dip is a more finer mill than some acrylics, but don't quote me, I don't know it all. Just tried to educate myself a smidge on it. Beautiful, beautiful pink. I love that pink. That is 239. Okay, let's keep pushing. We have 243 again with a nice, beautiful light, almost like a purple. It has more of a purple hue to it. Really, really pretty. Okay, this is like probably my favorite. I feel like it would look so amazing over a color as well, just so you didn't have to see the see-through. Thank you so much, camera. It is that beautiful glitter. But if you just put that over, ooh, to be honest, I'd say I'd really want to put it over 241, which is this beautiful color here. Like, I think that would just be gorgeous. I love this color. This color for fall is going to be just everything. It's like a blush. No, it's not even a blush. I don't even know. It's like a rosy pink purple. It's just everything right now. I love these tones for fall. These are my more fall colors. Okay, beautiful. Glitter one was 242 and 241 was that beautiful purpley maroon type of jazz. So here we have 240. Again, kind of similar, but this one is a little bit more on the pink side, and that's a little bit more on the purple side. So really, really pretty color as well. Coming up a little bit more reddy pink on camera, but it's a beautiful, beautiful color. Must have not found the swatches. Okay, where are we at? 244. This is a beautiful, nice light purple as well. These two are quite similar. This has a little bit more of a gray tone to it than this lighter one. And 246, maybe if I grab the right one. is this beautiful, just dark purple kind of maroon. This was the first one that I ever swatched, and I did mess it up a smidge. You can see that little bit of right there. I hit the side of the container. So me knowing that and seeing that right then, I feel like I should have wiped it off and then just redid it, because I didn't. It was my first layer. That's how I feel like I could have corrected that. But again, we're learning, we're learning. Last but not least, 245. And a beautiful, nice light. Kind of again on, kind of like the more of a gray, kind of a bluish hue. So that is all. Again, we get 20 pieces. All these pots are 10-gram pots. So you get a pretty good little amount, and you know, it doesn't take a lot, which is always nice. And then you also get all what you need. And you get a little brush, couple little things to kind of get you going. You can get your nails done completely with this kit. And then that is the last one that we did that I feel we missed a little bit here. But it's a gorgeous, I don't even know, like it's just like that coppery brown with like gold shimmer to it. It's really, really pretty. Really, really nice. I like it. So I really love all these colors. Again, this kit is very, I think it's just right now season. It's good for going into like the autumn type of fall. You're getting kind of more of your softer tones that you can work with, and your darker tones here that are kind of a little bit more, I don't know, these type of tones I find are all year round. These nice light ones, I think anytime, but when you're getting into like the more maroons and stuff, it gives me a little bit more fall vibes. Like I said, if I had to nitpick, and again, I am not a dip user, it is my first time, I want to stress that. So if there is any tips or tricks, I would love to hear that in the comments, guys. Let me know if there's anything I could have improved on for even this demo. But that being said, I think the kit's a great kit. Like I said, I haven't tried any other kits, but I like the way it's very easy to work with. That's the best way for me to put it. I feel like I had minimal to no clumping. Really, 2 dips was great coverage for all. I would say some of the tones you might want to throw in a third. The glitter, you want to be careful not getting it too thick. But that with a slight file, you were perfectly fine. Like you didn't have to encapsulate it. There's no bumpies. It's nice and smooth. So, in my honest opinion, I think it's a good kit. I think it's a good brand. Like I said, I don't have much to compare it to, but if that's the way dip is, I think I might have to dip some more. So like I said, if I had to nitpick anything, my criticism, personally don't think the clear is as clear as it could be, I guess. But again, it might be my skills, guys. It might be my skills. But this kit, you can get it off of Amazon. So it is an Amazon seller. Or I would say Amazon brand, but I guess it's, you know what I mean when I say that. You can get it on Amazon, so you guys can get it next day. We love next day delivery. So I would definitely check it out. They're very reasonably priced. If you haven't, I want to know if you have tried this brand. I believe it's called Azurebeauty. If you have tried it, let me know what you guys think about it. If you haven't, would you consider trying it? Like, what's your thoughts? Are you guys interested in dip? Like, I see so much dip going on now, so I'm very thankful, and thank you so much to Azurebeauty for sending this to me, for me to actually try dip. It's kind of fun, to be honest. I didn't think it, I was kind of nervous. I was like, oh my god, like what if I don't even know how to do this? But the instructions are actually very easy. It's quite, I don't want to use like simple, but it is pretty simple to follow. So I really recommend giving it a try, and why not get your hands on this kit? Like I said, you get 20 of them, more than enough to get you started on your dip journey. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All the links for all this, guys, will be in the description below, and we'll definitely be seeing more of this brand on my channel. It was fun to work with. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.